The third concept that we have under classical organizing theory is structure. In any organizing effort, managers must choose an appropriate structure. Structure refers to the designated relationships among resources of the management system, and its purpose is to facilitate the use of each resource individually and collectively as the management system attempts to attain its objectives. The two basic types of structure within the management systems are formal and informal structures. Formal structure organizational resources के दरमियान जो relationships management ने या higher authorities ने outline किए हैं, that's what formal structure is. And they are represented primarily by the organization chart. In contrast, informal structure is defined as the patterns of relationships that develop because of the informal activities of organization members. It evolves naturally and tends to be molded by individual norms and values and social relationships. For example, अगर एक group of employees है जो ज़्यादा टाइम आपस में स्पेंड करते हैं, जिनकी प्लेसमेंट एक साथ है, एक डिपार्टमेंट में है, जिनके टाइमिंग्स मैच करते हैं, तो नेचुरली because they would be spending more time together, and if they find common grounds among them based on religion or simply develop friendships, so that's basically going to be an informal group, and that's what an informal structure is. Essentially, an organization's informal structure is the system or network of interpersonal relationships that exists within but is not usually identical to the organization's formal structure. Because of course, जैसे I just told you कि वो employees एक ही department में हैं, एक साथ बैठ रहे हैं, उनकी timings एक हैं, तो उनकी ये जो activities हैं और ये जो timings हैं, ये organization के formal structure से derive हुई भी हैं. They have been placed into the same department together. They have been assigned by the organization the same timings. तो उस formal structure के ही result के तौर पर ये informal structure, informal group create हुआ है. Traditionally, an organization chart is constructed in pyramid form, with individuals towards the top of the pyramid having more authority and responsibility than those towards the bottom. The relative positioning of individuals within boxes on the chart indicates broad working relationships, and lines between the boxes designate formal lines of communication between individuals. In addition to specifying formal relationships within the firm, an organization chart can also communicate to outsiders the complexity of the organization. We can have an example of this organization chart. So this is a sample organization chart for a water bottling plant. This chart shows that the plant has 4 major departments: accounting, human resources, HR, production, and marketing. The organization chart shows the chain of command, indicates departmental tasks and how they fit together, and provides order and logic for the organization. And of course, जो भी employees in particular positions or designations पे मौजूद हैं, each of the employees has an appointed task, line of authority, and decision responsibility. Under organizational structure or organizational chart, we have 2 dimensions, vertical and horizontal. Vertical dimensioning refers to the extent to which an organization uses vertical levels to separate job responsibilities. Vertical, of course, from top to bottom. Vertical dimensioning is directly related to the concept of the scalar relationship or scalar chain, as we had studied in Henry Fayol's administrative principles. That is, this scalar relationship is the chain of command. Every organization is built on the premise, on the assumption that the individual at the top possesses the most authority and that other individuals' authority is scaled downward according to their relative position on the organization chart. The lower a person's position on the organization chart, the less authority that person possesses, of course. The scalar relationship or chain of command is related to the unity of command. ये अगेन हमारा एक प्रिंसिपल है अंडर हेनरी फेयोल्स एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव प्रिंसिपल्स. Now, unity of command is the management principle that recommends that an individual should have only one boss. If too many bosses give orders, the result will probably be confusion, contradiction, and frustration. And of course, it's going to result in ineffectiveness and inefficiency in an organization. Getting to the other dimension of organization chart, which is horizontal. The horizontal dimensioning of an organization refers to the extent to which firms use lateral subdivisions or specialities within an organization. एक ही स्पेशलिटी के लोगों को एक साथ एक लेवल पे प्लेस किया जाता है. That's what horizontal dimensioning is, and we are going to discuss about this. I mean, how this dimensioning is done in our later slides. Overall, to build organizations horizontally, organizations establish departments. A department, as we all know, is a unique group of resources established by management to perform some organizational tasks. Departmentalizing or creating departments is the process of establishing departments within the management system. Typically, these departments are based on such situational factors as the work functions being performed, the product or service being offered, the territory being covered, and the customer being targeted. Again, all these are going to be discussed when we discuss horizontal dimension in detail. When examining the vertical dimensioning of an organization chart, it is important for managers to consider the influence of span of management. Span of management is the number of individuals a manager supervises. The more individuals a manager supervises, the greater the span of management. And of course, on the other hand, एक manager जितने कम individuals का boss होगा, जितने कम individuals को supervise करेगा, उसका span of management उतना ही small कहलाएगा. The span of management has a significant effect on how well managers carry out their responsibilities. Span of management is also called span of control, span of authority, span of supervision, and span of responsibility.